the factor that he at all will stand up. Hello, everybody. By the way, I better stop for a second. Uh, welcome to Kansas and Friends. Man, Mister John Solar here, 283, or yeah, 283, is having a chat, and we're talking about Trump right now.
Mr. Donald.
Mr. Donald. I like that. Have you heard that ballad of Donald?
Yeah.
The one, Big Bad Donald.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that.
Big Don, Big Bad Don.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff out there right now. I just sincerely hope, like I was saying a minute ago, I really hope whatever it is, and I'm not, being Mr. Conspiracy Theorist, but it just seems like
they get up there.
They get there, and it's like the door closes after the inauguration. The door closes, and it's like there's some kind of meeting, and then all of a sudden, it's a 180, and then we start to chip away at everything that I said during the entire, campaign. And we got to work a little. We got to bring things together. I'm going to work on that. Obama. Every single one of them did the same exact thing. They get there, and from.
Well, I think it's because of what happened to Kennedy. Because I think Kennedy was a statement. Because Kennedy was doing his own thing, just like Trump, and it killed him. And I think it made the other players.
You're going to get me started on Kennedy, huh?
Oh, no.
My wife will be like, "Shut up." No, there's so much to that. When you look at things like there's pieces to the Kennedy thing. In my mind, now this is my mind, okay? So it's a dark place in there. But there's pieces of the Kennedy stuff that people don't talk about, like Johnson. He was sworn in, bringing the body back. Okay, so the man did not waste a second. All right, it just so happened to have all the right people on the airplane. Okay, and the plane that was bringing back JFK's body, he was sworn in on with the body there, right beside Jackie Onassis.
Yeah.
So shortly after that, LBJ had a runway. Look this up, too. Anyone who's listening, look it up. LBJ had some runway work done on his property, extended the runway, and then shortly after that, very large military transport planes began landing there every once in a while. So people began to wonder, what's going on there? I don't know. I wasn't there, but I mean, that's a very odd thing that a president would automatically start doing right after that.
Exactly. And then also the factor that three major presidents, Carter, Bush, and what was the other one? I believe it was Johnson, were all together right down there in the front row where the shooting was at.
Well, Bush, who Bush was, right? Bush Sr. He was involved in all of the information that, as it was being put out to the public and all that. He was with, I believe, it was the FBI, was it, or CIA? Who was he with? It was either CIA or FBI. He was the head of it. So
CIA record.
So yeah, and then he becomes president, and what's he do? He seals the files.
Yeah.
He seals the files, and magically, files are getting closer to that time they're going to unseal. Hey, Junior, do me a favor, will you?
Yeah, seal it up.
Seal those damn files again, would you? Thanks.
Well, it's just like Clinton.
He's got to be pissed at Jeb.
I mean, just like Clinton. Think about it. The reason they're carrying her after everything she's done in this last bit of email crap, there's nothing that's going to happen because the minute she's found guilty, they're just going to pardon her.
Yeah, but it doesn't. She can't be. It's not going to work. It just isn't going to work. After the new stuff that came out, the IG. Did you hear about the IG stuff from yesterday?
Well, I missed that one.
Oh yeah, bud. You're a day or so behind. There's some new IG stuff that came out, and the State Department has put out that yes, in fact, she did wrong.
Uh-oh.
Yes, State Department. So I mean, will there be? I don't know. Is there enough just in the information that the public has? Okay, forget the stuff that we can't see, because it's just too much for our little minds to handle.
Yeah.
You have to be. If you get elected to a public office, your brain automatically can handle it.
You don't need to know about it.
Right. Then your brain can handle it. But if you're not elected, well, shucks, you can't handle it. So just the information that's out there from the public, there's enough to actually charge her, because there's certain little pieces of information. Whenever you do something or put out information to your associates, okay, it shows a few things. Number one, it shows conscious knowledge that you're aware of those rules.
Yeah.
It also shows your willingness to discipline for violation of those rules, which means you know right from wrong. Okay? Now, she's the one that put a bunch of these special rules in place, but then she, in turn, violated them. But she said, oh, I welcome it. You want an inquiry? Come on. Bring it on. She refused to speak, and every one of her people has refused to speak. Hell, one of them just said, you know what? I'm not going to speak. I'm not even going to show up to your inquiry, and didn't show up. So, I mean, it's obvious right now there is a really, really tight spot she's sitting in. I don't claim to know, whether it's going to go left or right, but this is going to be damaging, because what's going to end up happening is they're just going to stand here and say it over and over and over again. Every single time. I mean, Trump could stand there like a 12-year-old, all right, and go, why'd you lie about the emails? Okay, let's debate another subject. Why'd you lie about the emails? That's all he's got to do is sit there and say, why'd you lie about the emails? Like a 12-year-old, he can just sit there and repeat it over and over and over again. You lied. You lied. You left them there and they died. Then you came back here and told us, what does it matter? And then you lied. He can just sit there and repeat the stuff over and over again. And no matter what, she doesn't really have a good rebuttal, because it's kind of hard to spin the fact that the State Department that I work for says I lied. Well, they didn't actually say I lied. They said I sort of misrepresented. Okay, well, that's lying. That's kind of hard to spin. Yeah. So she's going to have a tough time with that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I agree. The thing is, no. Did you hear about? They're going to. I guess this Saturday they're going to have a debate with.
For everybody out there, Moxie, Nectar of the Gods.
Moxie. They're going to have a debate between, what's his name, Bernie Sanders and Trump.
What?
Yeah, on I think it's Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh.
He talked to him. I guess they're going to have a debate on his, I think Friday night or Saturday night. They're going to have a debate next week sometime. Sure.
Well, I have a funny feeling that's not going to be a fair debate.
He agreed to it that because Jimmy Kimmel said, well, why don't you just debate Bernie Sanders on your own? Instead of trying to talk through Twitter. Just go debating. I'll have it right here. Just come debating here.
That sounds like a good idea. Number one, I mean, this will piss some people off, but Bernie Sanders and the rest of them that are out there don't seem to realize that his idea, now, granted, now when I say this, people are going to flip out, but their idea will work for a short period of time. Because the thing about socialism is this: it works great until you run out of money. Once you run out of everyone else's money, and now we've got another problem. Okay? I mean, because think about it. If someone's like, I'm going to pay your car bill. Cool. Add your phone bill and the house and the groceries and all that. You're like, wow, that's like, you're the man. But when you're doing that to the tune of $350 million, and then you want 90% of their money back in taxes, the bill outweighs the income coming in.
Oh, if Bernie wins, I just by a fluke of the nation.
Oh shit, we'll be communism in 3 years. He'll turn it.
It take that long. It'll be next year. We'll be communist. There's enough communism already.
It's just nuts. It's nuts.
But we're looking at, okay. I mean, just think about it. Okay, if they start doing even a 75% tax, they take 75% of everything you own and redistribute it. Think about how it looks.
Well, I mean, number one, there's another part to that though. So let's all be honest, okay? Let's just be honest, all right? Put away the I wouldn't do like that. I'm an awesome person. Put all that away, and then ask yourself this simple question: if you have a current job right now, and we're going to use 10 because it's an easy number to deal with. You have a current job and you're making $10 an hour, and you're working 40 hours a week. They don't allow any OT, so you get, in this $400 check before taxes. Now, in Bernie's world, okay, you're going to wind up basically making $1 an hour. Okay, so you're going to, after he takes 90%, you're going to wind up with $40. Now, ask yourself this, even though they're paying for everything, okay, Timmy down the street, he lives his life with this stuck up his backside. He doesn't have a job, and yet he gets the same things in the mail that you get. How long are you going to work for that $40 when Timmy down the street doesn't have a job and he gets everything you get? It won't be long. I don't care how badass you are and how much work is an ethic of mine, and I'm going to be a worker. Yeah, right. It was not long when you go, I'm working 40 hours a week for $40. The hell with that. I'm not going to do that. No way. And then you're just going to watch lines of people stop working because they're not going to work for $40. And then you've got all the, everything's got to be level. Everything's got to be the same. Everyone's got to be the same. So how do I get a nicer shotgun? Well, you really shouldn't have a nicer shotgun. Why? Because they don't all have nicer shotguns. So you can't save up for anything. You're not going to have any money to do anything with. The whole place will just descend into anarchy. I mean, it'll be fast.
But that's if Bernie wins. But the thing is, what happens if Hillary loses? Because he goes to jail.
Well, number one, honestly, if Bernie Sanders goes up against Trump, the only thing that Bernie Sanders is going to win are the fist fights that are happening down in the pit at the Trump, the Trump rallies. They'll win those fights because, good Lord, the police are standing there going, well, we're not going to stop them from hitting you. It's their freedom of speech. He wants to punch you in the damn face. He's going to punch you in the damn face. It's his legal right.
What they need to do, a bunch of good old boys go down there, whoop all them assholes, and then send them back packing. And then after that, they'll have a little respect for people.
Well, they're not going to go into a non-gun-free zone and start a fight. Because the cops are going to be there going, you see all them MFs over there? Yeah. Well, you see that they're all look normal. Yeah. They ain't normal at all. Half of them son of a guns are carrying down there. So you boys go on right ahead.
Yeah. There is just so much. It's like it's teetering. Really is teetering. I don't think if Trump don't get in, I believe it's not going to be a pretty sight for the world.
No. And, when I say this, again, I'm not saying it for conspiracy theorist reasons, but Obama just signed a martial law. I forget them. Yeah, I forgot that thing. But it makes you wonder is he actually worried that if something doesn't go the right way, all them crazy gun-toting wackadoos that want to be free, all those like, I believe in the Constitution, all those freaky people are going to come running down there and lose their ever-loving minds. So
Yeah.
he wants to make sure he's got a way to, calm those masses. Don't ever use that in Chicago, though. Don't use it in Chicago. And don't use it in Baltimore, Maryland when they light the whole place on fire. Don't call martial law then. No. Wait and see if Trump doesn't get it. Then call martial law.
Yeah, because I mean, I believe if Trump don't get it in November, or something goes to screw with Trump between now and November, they're going to be a lot of pissed off people.
Oh,
and there's a lot of people out there. I'm getting mail all the time from policemen saying, "You want to join?" It's like, well.
Oh, it'll just be it'll be an insane asylum out there. They'll just go absolutely ever-loving crazy.
I mean, it's bad enough. I mean, did you see like they did? They're burning shit, and those aren't, Trump's crowd. Those aren't the good old boys. Those are people that are supposed to don't want guns. And this is what they want to do. They don't want you to have a gun so they can burn your place down.
Yeah, I mean it's I mean, I stop and I think about that. Whenever you're upset or you're angry about something not going your way and you're really, really mad, how is burning the drugstore down going to do it?
Exactly.
What's the logic of that? I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your stuff. I'm tired of all of this.
Burn down the drugstore.
I'm going to burn down McDonald's. That's going to do it for me. And that's just stupidity. I mean, it's all just jackassery.
Whoa. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
I wasn't ready for Heidi.
Well, Poison Stinger will be joining you momentarily. He asked me to set up and come on and say hi for him.
I was going to say welcome, Stinger, and you popped up. It's like, whoa, you ain't Stinger.
No, I look a little different than Stinger.
A lot cuter, let's put it that way.
Aw, thanks. He said he heard that.
You want me to lie to you?
You're in for it now, Kansas. You're in for it
I'm
now.
not worried about it. He's in Arizona. He come to Kansas for a little while.
Can't reach that far, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's I don't know. Their philosophy of how to right or wrong is insanity. I mean, burn down, or better yet, I'm not happy with your choice for the Republican nominee, so I'm going to bust the window out of Best Buy and take a camera. Then I'll feel better about myself.
No. I'll just burn a cop car. Come on.
Yeah. I'll light a cop car on fire, and that change. I will feel retribution.
Well, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts do.
That's correct.
There you go.
And 4 lefts makes a square.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they're the mentality. The thing though, these Bernie crews, he's not stopping them. That's the part that's confusing to me. Is if you've got a mass and they're behind you and they're really, really wanting you to be their person, but now you're getting out of hand and you're starting. I mean, when they grabbed those ambulances and they surrounded them, those ambulances had sirens going. They stopped people from going to the hospital. Now, they could have killed these people. You don't know what's going on when you stop an ambulance. He should have spoke out. He should have spoke out.
And put them in jail for attempted murder.
Right, but he should have spoke out right then. Bernie Sanders should have got right out there and said, listen, I appreciate everything. I really do. But you guys have got to get yourself together. Don't be running around doing that. Because what if, I mean, and you can't say it was a racial thing because they didn't like stop the ambulance and go, "You white?" No, they didn't. They just stopped the ambulance. So it's like it could have been their friend in that ambulance. They don't know, but they were prepared to let someone die To what? What were they going to gain from someone dying in there? I don't understand it. The things that usually when I do something or most people do something, there has to be a gain. I need to get something out of it. If you argue with somebody, you hope to have them back down, or you hope to have them change their mind. These people aren't even having there's no goal in mind. We're gonna throw bottles and rocks and burn shit and all that. When we're done, we'll go home. You don't get anything out of it. I don't understand. What does it do? Because they don't stop the rally, it still happens.
True. It's so true.
I'm manipulating the conversation now.
Oh, you're not manipulating the conversation. Dude. Keep on talking. That's what I like. Good talker about it.
Hopefully that air conditioner is not going too loud. Can you hear that air conditioner?
No, I hope mine isn't interfering that bad.
I think. Hang on a second. I think mine might be a little loud. My boy went out and got me this new mic, so I gotta remember it's so sensitive it picks up everything.
Well, it don't seem like it's picking up. I mean, anything seriously.
Yeah, he spent way too much money on this damn thing. He's a crazy kid.
Loves you.
Yeah, he heard the show last time and he was like, "Your mic sounds a little weird." I'm like, "Well, it's a microphone, you know, it's a radio show." So he was like, "Yeah, we need to fix that."
Well, I hope my air conditioner don't cause too much loudness on here.
Well, the difference is I'm in Maine. I really don't need air conditioning right now. It's just on. And you're in Kansas. I've lived there before. You probably need air conditioning right now.
Yeah, it's needed.
Something to remove all the humidity is what you need. Holy crap, does it get humid there?
Oh yeah, it gets rough there.
Yeah, thanks.
But I enjoyed my time there. I did. I loved it there.
It may be hot here in Arizona, but at least I'm not drowning in my own sweat.
Florida was worse though. I think Florida was the absolute worst. Because I mean, it was just like, it was an oven, and it was like just saturating wet. You just could not get cool.
Yuck.
It's obvious because all those people get there, and as soon as it gets to be summer, all those snowbirds are like, "I'm out of here." They go back home wherever they come from. They're like, "I'm just leaving this joint."
All right.
Oh, yes, it's been hot the last couple of days because they had the weather come through. We had a bunch of storms come through, and that humidity hit in here, and I've been drenched. It's like sweat to death.
That's one thing I would like to go back to Kansas for a little bit is to shoot I'd like to shoot a storm. Hold up. It's Bobby.
It's Bobby.
Yeah.
He must want in.
You're live, Bobby.
Bobby Wasabi?
Hey, send me a link, Kansas.
All right, just give me a minute.
With the lag, I can't tell what's going on. But anyways, I think Mule's looking for one too. If you guys
Mule
don't mind.
Team 2.
Yeah. All right, I'll catch you. I'll see you later.
One already. I thought I sent Bobby one, but I guess I didn't. Let's see here. Mule Team.
I haven't even looked in the chat room. Let's see who we
Yeah,
got all in here. You got QC Hemp in there. Hello, hello. Mule! Bobby. Jay Watterson, is it? Yeah. Hello, hello.
J Watt. Let's see here. Who else? Try to get Rebel in.
So all the people in the chat room, what is your opinion of the new information coming out on old Miss Hillary?
I think it's wonderful. Well, hello, Mule.
What's up, Kansas? Hey, John. Hey, Yankee.
What is
Hey,
up?
Mule, how are you? Long time no see.
Oh, there's Bobby.
Hey, the air conditioner's running, so I'm sorry. It's freaking hot. I hope it's not bothering.
No, we've already given a pass to Kansas, and so I guess you can have one too.
Yeah.
Hell,
heard that,
pretty much
yeah.
across the country, everybody's getting a pass for the little bit of heat we're getting. 91 here.
Well, I felt stupid.
Wow.
My air conditioner was on, and I think it's 68 degrees, so I turned it off.
Wow, Mule,
What's up,
it's
Sam?
only 79 here. That's crazy.
It's 91 here.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
beautiful.
Mule.
Oh, just trying to get a motor working.
So what do you think about what John's talking about with Miss Hillary Clinton?
Oh, I had missed the earlier part on when he was talking about Miss Hillary.
The new
Yeah.
information,
Okay, fill us in, John.
there's new information. It just came out last night, actually, on the IG report, and the State Department has admitted that she was wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I know on the IG report that, yeah, they're like ready to throw her ass under the bus fast.
Yeah, so but that's
I heard-
great. That's incredible news because I always get her name mixed up, but it's a funny thing. She was being defended by, and for all those people out there who have red hair, please forgive me for what I'm about to say, but there was that redheaded girl that was always defending her. I forget who her name was, but she's disappeared now. You don't see
Debbie
her
Wasserman Schultz.
Well, that's it.
She's the head of the DNC, and yeah, they're throwing her under the bus too. So, and Obama just today in Japan did not want to didn't want to talk at all about Hillary at all.
Yeah, he made some comments about Trump. I know that. He made some like sitting down at their little ghetto table saying all the leaders of the free world are worried about Trump becoming president.
All but
Well, no, and you know, the thing is they are going to be worried. You've got China that's going to be upset. Oh my God, we're going to have to pay tax for bringing our stuff in there. You're not going to let us keep the jobs? What? You got Mexico's going to be upset. No. You can't take all the businesses away.
To me, that statement that Obama made, that statement, that's a selling point. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to vote for him even more if they're actually worried. Fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what all these riots are driving people to, right? When you're rioting, throwing bricks and bottles and stones at horses, you know, and cops trying to do their job because some guy rented a venue to speak to people who wanted to hear it, you know, and you're going to wave Mexican flags, all you're doing is sending more and more people to Trump.
Absolutely. And then you're going to stand there and scream free speech. Okay, so free speech. It's both free speech goes both ways. To truly have free speech, you have to be able to tell me that I'm a freaking idiot.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you can't tell me, hey John, what? I love you, man, and all that stuff, but in case you didn't know it, let me just fill you in. What? You're a freaking idiot. Okay, that's free speech. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they don't want it on both sides. They don't want. Sorry, Mule.
No, go ahead, Yankee. Go ahead.
No, I don't know how to say this without, but my wife, even she's a Democrat, and we knew this going in that this would be an issue, and even she will tell you, obviously she's not that far of that side. I mean, she enjoys her gun, she's got a concealed permit, that kind of stuff, and all the other things, but she still, for whatever reason, votes Democratic. But she will tell you, she'll tell you flat out that, you know, the Democrats just want their way or the highway, and they don't have any room. They don't believe in giving anybody else rights except for themselves.
Well, I mean, it's so true. I mean, it's. I've said it before. It'll probably piss some people off, but I mean, good Lord, you got to have these special shows now. I mean, if there was ever a show on the air, and get ready to piss everybody off now, if there was ever a show on the air called Whitish, I mean, are you kidding me?
Yep.
Oh yeah, dude. That's just.
I mean, if it was
true, right?
if it was all of us together, we got people that are hillbilly type, we got this type, we got backwoods Maine people. You put us all together and go, well, they're not your average white people, they're whitish. I mean, good freaking God!
You know what? Have you guys? I don't know if you guys watch Netflix or not, but there's a new show, a Netflix original on there called The Ranch, and it's got the kid from that married Demi Moore that was on the '70s show.
Yep, Ashton Kutcher.
He's on it. And that's a very right-winged show, which is amazing to me that Netflix picked up anything like that. But
well, now I'll have to watch it. If you just said that, I was like, once I saw that cast, like, I'm not watching that.
No, serious though, it is right fucking wing to the max, man. A lot of jokes.
Well, they're probably trying to make jokes at it, but I don't care if it's funny. It's funny. But
no, it's legitimately geared towards people who are tired of left wing TV shows, I guess. Because
well, that's interesting. I'll have to check that out.
I'll have to watch that because I, like Neil said, I saw the cast and I was like, nope. Moving on.
Well, yeah. You see so many shows out there now, and you just sit there and you stare at them. I mean, like the new thing, all right? Now I'm going to piss off some more people, so let's get ready. Let's get ready. I want Whitey. But I mean, at the end of some of these shows, there'll be like two guys holding hands and smiling. And it's like, time to shove that down my throat.
Yeah.
But if at the end of a show, say I had a show, and at the end of the show I went, I'm straight, that would piss off everybody. They'd be like, what the hell's that about?
Or at the end of the show, hold a Christian flag or something.
Y'all we're straight.
How about a show of straight pride?
Right.
We have
or Christian pride or
That's
something
right.
like that.
Oh yeah.
We have a brown
Christian.
college. We have a brown college where only black people can go to. Why can't we have a white college? Come on.
That's amazing.
Can
you imagine a show called WET? Everyone would tune in first because they think it's like a wet T-shirt contest show, but then they find out it's white entertainment television. They'd lose their fucking minds. They would go, pardon my French, they would lose their minds and go absolutely crazy. There would be marches on the freaking Capitol. Everyone would go nuts, and not one person would say, "What about BETV?"
Well, but the reason why, John, you won't see that, and why most of the time why people don't give a shit is because really we don't care. We care less about race than any other fucking race.
I'm not saying, I'm not promoting any racial stuff like that. I'm just saying,
I understand what you mean. You could not get away with that. Period.
I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do it. But I'm just saying, what if the exact same scenario was in place on this side of the street? People would lose their ever-loving minds.
Right.
And the part that bothered me the most was, I mean, I'm sitting there, and some dear friends of mine made a comment and go, "Yeah, that's kind of messed up. There's no blacks in the Emmy Awards or whatever award ceremony it was. That's like a white award ceremony." I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. There's a bigger picture there. Like, no, there isn't. Yeah, there is.
They didn't do good that year. Sorry.
No, my point was this. If there was ever a show that was designed for one race only to be allowed to participate, and only one race only could ever win an award, they said that's what it is. I said, no, it's not. That's the BET Awards.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you have to be black to be in it, and you have to be black to win the award. Nothing. I'm not saying anything about people. I'm just saying, you can't say, listen, you're being this way because you're not allowing a certain race to be in this, and then go, oh yeah, you're white, you can't be in ours, sorry. Yeah.
Right. It's a double standard.
I mean, Black Lives Matter, so does White Lives, but what if we put one out there called White Lives?
It's a double standard. I see it all the time.
It's becoming to the point of like, it used to be there's Bill.
You get in cartoon land, man.
I mean, you could say there's Bill, there's Tom, there's Terry, there's Ed. You know what I mean? And those were the people that you knew. It didn't matter what color they were. I didn't care what color they were. That was Tom. This is Tom. All right, that's Frank. Now it's all, people are running around going, oh, I got this friend, and I got that friend, and I got a gay friend, and it's like, oh my God, please, people.
Racism has picked up in the last 10 to 20 years too. I mean, in the 90s, it wasn't nearly as bad.
No, but I mean, it's being promoted now. I guess that's what I'm saying. I guess that's my point, is that they're promoting it now to the point of, well, you're not upset about it. Let me shove this down your throat.
Well, it's a way to divide us because united we stand, divided we fall.
It's also an attack on Christianity. Christianity. It makes people have to deal with the factor of what is sin and what is not.
Well, that's why they're raising a big stink. They don't get married at the Justice of the Peace, where there wouldn't be any controversy. They look for the controversy, find the church that wouldn't want to marry them, and go there and raise a big stink, get news companies to come out, and the whole bit.
Everything's a political planned maneuver. I mean, I had a guy that used to work for me. We weren't really like friends, but he worked for me, and he was a gay fella. And to hear him say, "Yeah, you know."
Did his audio just cut out, or is it me?
Yeah, it did. His audio cut out.
You got censored, brother, by the man.
Right, just as he was about to say it, bam! That's dead. What the fuck?
That was awesome.
I was like, what, was it me?
I'm that better.
That could have been more well timed.
All right, Uncle Sam, let me be.
Are you good, John? Man, you were right. You were right. About to make the point on the gay guy who worked for you, and he was telling you something.
It's like, then I was about to. Yeah, he got me. Okay, old bummer. Now back to what I was saying. No, he's like, I'm gonna go down south and I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna make one of them people in those churches go ahead and marry me. I'm like, now hold on a minute. Why? He goes, because I said, no, I don't understand. I don't get this. It's like you should be high-fiving each other and going, we won. Okay, cool, good. Now, go be great people.
Right.
But instead, it's like now it's time to open a wound. Let's go ahead and make this bleed now.
Yeah, pour salt in it.
No. What it is now it's time for payback. And that's all you're seeing every single time is they want payback. They're like, oh, I perceive that this Christian looked at me dirty sometime in my life because I like to suck. I'm homosexual, right? That way I get out of all that LGBT crap, whatever. You're homosexual, right?
That sounded like you were at an AA meeting. Hi, my name is Bill.
Well, no, I don't even want to fucking get into those discussions anymore.
Sorry.
You're homosexual, right? So what do you want now? You want payback. Now you're going to go back to that church of that perceived slight that you had, and you're going to take it out on them now, right? I can
absolutely.
make you marry me now. Fuck you. You looked at me wrong. You told me gayness was wrong in the Bible. Well, it is. A lot of things are wrong in the Bible. You're an American. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Mm-hmm.
But in the church, they're supposed to follow what their religion says, whatever their religion is, right?
Well,
if they have a doctrine, a dogma, that's what they're supposed to follow, right? So for you to come and attack that,
provided you're not Christian. Remember that.
well, that's why I said if religion. I didn't say any Christian. I didn't say any particular religion, right? Because if in this country you're supposed to be free to do whatever you want. As far as religion, if you want to worship some dude who dresses up like a puppy dog, that's on you, right?
Well, here's the thing, though. They don't go. They go to the Christian churches. They don't go to the Muslim.
Well, no, and that's a good point. I mean, when's the last time have you heard a Christian who went, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to marry my wife. Hold on a minute, honey. Put on a bikini. We're going down to the temple. You don't hear anybody doing that.
But think about why you don't hear people doing that. They come against Christianity because Christianity is the thing that really changed civilization, right? just the thought of Christianity and the enlightenment that had occurred over the past 700 years changed civilization and brought forth what we have today. Now, everybody got so enlightened, they started questioning everything and began to tear it down. And that's the stage we're at now. It's the tear down. And there's a new religion coming. Get ready to say Allah Akbar. Okay,
Yeah.
fucking Europe's going to be saying Allah Akbar. Not long after, it's going to be us. Or you're going to be saying, you know, whatever. Is there a religion in China?
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, Wang Sui.
I don't think they're gonna.
You know, maybe
I don't think we're all gonna be laying around doing Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
But you understand what I'm saying? Is this is a kind of, you can see it in patterns in the past. Now the patterns are speeding up with technology, but it doesn't change the pattern. You know, when a civilization falls, it falls from internal shit, not external, right? It's whole civilizations, not kingdoms, not stuff like that, but the whole group of everything that goes under, either goes under by the sword or goes under by internal rot, right? But very few Genghis Khans anywhere in the world these days. Very, you know what I mean?
Sorry to interrupt you. Who's all out there? Publisher or our viewer section?
God, I'm not getting any updates. I'm out there looking, Kansas. I don't see anybody chatting.
Update.
Well, real quick, I personally have some really good friends that are gay, and most of them, you wouldn't even know they're gay. But, you know, I don't have a problem with it. To each his own. They have the right to do whatever the hell they want. Leave me alone. Let me do my thing. But I had this guy tell me one time, he's like, basically what y'all are saying, but he's like, I'm going to go and get married at this church only because they said I can't do it. And I was like, well, that's just the wrong way to go about it. Anyways, after having the conversation with him and his husband, they both decided that didn't make sense, and they got married at actually a justice of peace married
Just
them.
want to marry a mosque.
I tried to send them to the local church here, but it didn't work because they allow gays to get married there. I mean, I was like, well, why wouldn't you go somewhere where you're welcome? Why would you want to go somewhere that you've got to make a point? And he was just trying to make us think about it, you know. And I was like, dude, it doesn't make sense. You're not furthering your agenda by doing that. You're making yourself look like a
not only that, I mean, but think about this as a marriage, right? So suppose, I'm just looking at it as a man-woman marriage, but you can expound, right? I would not want the supposed most beautiful day of my wife's life and the thing that I'm, you know, and considering whoever's the man in that relationship, he's going to have a hangover like crazy. Do you want it to be a shotgun type wedding where you're holding the priest up? Fuck.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
really. You know, how is that going to turn out to be the happiest day of your life because you made somebody do something they didn't want to do?
Right. And that's what Melanie said. She was like, this doesn't make any sense.
What Mule just said, though, as fast as you just said that out, that actually, if you stop, that actually is a very important key piece right there. What if it's supposed to be the happiest day of your life? Why do you need to make it the most negative day? All right, as well, because you can't. Like you're saying, Mule, you can't be happy. There's no way that you're destroying this day and that day for these people, and you're going to hold them down, and you're going to make them do it. I mean, all of that, and it's supposed to be that great day.
Right.
My church won't even do marriages at all anymore. That way they don't they won't come under the discrimination problem. We don't do marriages anymore. We'll do unions, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of places that are getting like that now. I mean, it's just it's people are now have reached the point where they're saying we're free, just afraid. And we've reached the point now.
But you're not free, right? Just because you can now say I'm gay and I'm free, but if anybody says I don't like gay, then they're not free anymore. They're going to get sued. They're going to get ostracized. They're going to get hammered in the social.
I'm making fun of a Mule. I'm making fun of the fact that people are walking around going, "We're free," just afraid. Because you're afraid to truly be free is what it is. People won't stand up anymore. They're so afraid of being ridiculed.
Well, my granddad always said a true free man doesn't ask permission.
No, and yeah, exactly. Your
No.
grandfather's a smart man. Did anybody see and this is the thing where I could show you how it's self-destructing. The Black Lives Matter movement took over a little venue that Milo Yiannopoulos had rented and did in DePaul University, right? Well, they assaulted the stage, even though he had already paid for security and gotten reassurances from the college that they were going to protect him. And then one chick punched him in the face, right? One little black chick, and dared him to do something in a venue he paid for, right? Now, this is a gay conservative. And this is not just gay. This is a gay guy who's flamboyant, full on, admits who he is, and admits that he likes big black junk. Anyway, so
he owns it.
Yeah, he owns it, but he also owns the fact that he rips apart feminists, he rips apart people who are feeding the lies to the system. You know what I mean? Just because he's gay doesn't mean he isn't intelligent and can't see with his own eyes what's going on enough. Right. And understand his position. He's not going to have any kids. He's not looking for that kind of a relationship, and he understands that why the human race doesn't really like that is because you're basically here to procreate. Mm-hmm. That's your damn job, is to continue your species, continue the line of DNA that you carry. That's your job once you grow up, that's what you're supposed to do.
Go for it.
Yeah, this is a weird time. This is a very, 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 very weird, messed up time we live in now. It's to the point now where, we have intelligent people. We're all intelligent folks sitting here talking right now. But it's actually to the point now, though, that it's beyond. It's even beyond explaining from us. I can't explain what the hell's going on. Because every time I have a good grasp, I think, on what it is, okay, and I'm going to be proven right if it goes down this path. It does another 180 and heads off another direction. I have no idea sometimes what the hell is going on. That we're making rules up, and then we make up rules to break the rule we just made.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, though, if you in that laugh-cry scenario,
Well, it's so ridiculous.
You look at right now. Look at our federal government right now. There is no way anybody thinks the United States federal government is an intelligent body. There's just no way. We've gone from the chemical attacks that took place to finding out that, oh my God, that was U.S. stuff. Now we don't want to talk about it anymore. Everyone shut up. Red line in the sand. It's all gone absolutely crazy. It's like our representatives are standing up there flexing their muscles, and then they find out they're buying it. They're just buying it.
They only buy their own bullshit, right? The rest of the world sees the rest of the world sees they're full of shit, and that's why they're afraid of Trump, because they're afraid Trump might come in, and they like America full of shit because they get to do whatever they want. Right. When America is on the ball, they don't, right? When we act like the policemen of the world in a just way, which we only did for a few years, but when we did it well, right? Before we got corrupted.
Right.
Now, Trump's talking about coming in and changing the game for the whole world and putting America first in America's eyes, right? He's not talking about, we're better than Russia. He's saying we're better than Russia because we make ourselves better than Russia. Fuck Russia. We're going to make our own vodka. We're going to produce our own AKs. We're going to do our own thing. Fuck you, and put our people back to work. Why? Because our economy should matter the most to us. Fuck the globalism. Right?
Gratuitous AK information brought to you by Mule.
Thank you. And but you see it. You see the fear, right? You see the fear from the Mexicans, right? It's not just the wall. It's not just the cutting off of the money. It's the cutting off of this, we're all happy-go-lucky, going to sit around a fire and sing Kumbaya together. No. America needs to take care of Americans, right? Why do you see black people flooding to Trump? There are black people flooding to Trump because he's talking about the one thing the Democrats will never speak about. Those jobs that black people get are being taken by these people coming into the country that are willing to work for 10 cents less, and they're illegal. Right?
Well, I mean, what it is also is he's talking about something that's near and dear to a lot of communities, which is you have these communities that are so totally run down, but these communities can be lifted up by a simple thing, a very simple thing. Let's find out what's going to be able to be done in this community, what work can be done in this community, whether it's going to be some sort of a I don't know, a warehouse maybe, or whatever it is that can bring this community back to work, is going to build that community back up, which all on its own is going to be able to stop a lot of the criminal element in that community.
Yes, bringing manufacturing back to the United States, having us make stuff. And the only way you're going to bring manufacturing back to the United States is make it cost effective for the people selling shit to people in the United States to make it here. And the only way you're going to do that is to tariff the imports that are made from slave labor.
Right.
People in America want $15 an hour minimum wage, yet do you know what the minimum wage is in China?
Yeah.
87 cents a day.
And also another important thing is we have to realize this will be one that will piss off a lot of people too. But stop and think about what I'm saying, and you'll understand it. Because if it's okay to bring an item in, hypothetically, this right here, we bring this in from China. All right. Now China doesn't have to deal with all these specific regulations, but they're still allowed to bring this into the U.S. So it's in the U.S. right now, and we're able to use it. So then we can lighten some of that stupid regulation crap. It's already here in the U.S., so let's go ahead and have the U.S. workers make that. And we'll make those things here, and we'll ship them out around the world. They got to lighten some of that regulation stuff. We're to the point now where if you're a small business and you wanna make this, it's going to take you.
You couldn't make that here.
Well, that's
to get rid of the
FDA is coming down.
Well, you wouldn't even have to worry about the FDA. It would be EPA coming down on just say the machines, right? Because just getting rid of the clippings of the wires would be its own regulatory instrument, right?
Yeah.
So because that wire, that metal, is sheathed in plastic, they would make you recycle the metal and then not get rid of the plastic in some kind of toxic way.
And they do all that. They talk all that, and it's all bullshit, though. It's all bullshit because you can't believe on Tuesday one thing, but then on Wednesday break that rule. That's what I meant earlier when I said they make these rules and they break them because, number one, the perfect example, the absolute best example I can think of is Dan Quayle, all right, on a private jet, okay, flying to a summit about global warming. What the hell did he just dump into the air as he flew across the world to go to this fucking function?
He also drives in the big Suburban that take all that.
And then he's got his entire entourage.
I got a better one. Okay, everybody knows who Leonardo DiCaprio is, right?
Yeah,
he got an environmentalist award, and he had flown a 767 private jet to receive it. Him and 5 people on a 767.
He did it twice because he was at one location. He was at one location. He flew off to get the award, then flew back to get a different award, and then flew home. It's like he dumped. I mean, all of us in probably 5 years wouldn't dump what that guy did in one flight. But he's an environmentalist.
They say, well, because I'm educating everybody on what not to do, it's okay if I do it because I'm canceling my carbon footprint by education.
Yeah, well, no, you're adding to your carbon footprint by exhaling. That's what you're doing.
Well, look at Obama. I mean, he sits there and talks to all green, but he gets on a jet every other day to go golfing. He gets on a jet.
He can't drive down the street to 7-Eleven without 40 cars.
Exactly.
I mean, come on. I mean, just the bill for him to go get an ice cream cone is outrageous. They actually did that one too, by the way. He took Michelle and his 2 daughters to go get an ice cream. That was it.
Yeah.
And just I mean, if you stop and think about it, he didn't just like hop in the car and go with Secret Service. There was an advance party. They had to go secure the location. It's like, you know what? If you want to really be environmentally sound, ask one of the Secret Service guys to bring you the damn ice cream. You don't got to spend,
But that's not the photo op, dude. It was all worth the photo op.
He needs to learn green screen.
But it all comes with the taxpayers' money.
Oh yeah.
Well, the fun thing is all this shit that they do. I mean, every president does that kind of thing. Go out to the community and get an ice cream cone, and it costs fucking $100,000 each time. But that's just part of that. I mean, the real president is supposed to be what Trump is: a figurehead and a manager, right? Rolled up into one. You're the figurehead. You're going to catch all the beef. Okay, you may even be the leader, right? But you're generally the leader you're a good manager. You lead through your management skills. You hire good people to give you good ideas that you can absorb and filter and change a little bit to make your own, and then you can put forth that you think is good for the country. And if you look at it, he's had hits and misses, right? Yeah, that's the bankruptcies are misses, the billions of dollars are hits, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I think though, I guess my anger towards that whole ice cream cone shit probably comes from, I think I agree with you on the photo ops. I wasn't a giant Bush Jr. fan, but I'll tell you what, he got the photo ops down right, because instead of the ice cream cone, he went and had Thanksgiving dinners with the troops.
Oh yeah.
You want a damn photo op? You should have had your butt while the bodies were coming off the plane. And Hillary was down there lying. The Bushes were
the ones that stopped letting those photographs be seen by the American people, right? The Bushes were the ones that shut off any dead coming home and getting news play, right? The amount of dead. Him and Cheney shut that shit off.
Right. I'm not applauding him. I'm not applauding him for what he said. That's why I gave my disclaimer. I'm not a big fan of Junior, but he got the correct photo ops. In other words, my point is, Obama and the girls having an ice cream against the side of a shack was nothing compared to what he could have done for his own self had he been standing there saluting those caskets coming off.
Depends upon the base that he was trying to feed to, right? The base that he was feeding to, that was the perfect photo op. You see Bill the Bastard do it all the time, right? With his jogging to fucking McDonald's with, 100 fucking agents, right? But he'd get the photo op, and it was the perfect photo op. Man of the people, that's how everybody bought his bullshit, right? And it's the philosophy. The philosophy is different in the Republican and Democratic Party. Even though there's so much the same, there is a base philosophy that's different, right? The way a Republican faces it, they say we the people, they mean we the people that sacrifice for the overall good of the country. We the people that the Democrats try and base to is ones they want to perceive as being downtrodden. Even if they're not downtrodden here in the United States, you're not really as downtrodden as you could be in other places. But there are people who are downtrodden, so they always want to try and pander to that group.
I just think every president, no matter what, you want to make a law, there's a good law for you right there. I think the president should definitely have people at those aircraft. I don't think one of our boys should ever come home alone. I don't think that should ever happen. And certainly to go out golfing when that aircraft was on the ground was the most that was a travesty.
I agree with travesty, but the bigger travesty to me is the way the VA's acting and has acted for the past 10 years. And this guy who claims, again, why am I a Trump guy? There's another reason. No, you don't even hear Hillary speak about VA, yet you've heard Trump speak about VA, right?
Well, Trump gave $1 billion already.
She was part of the people that were covering the whole thing up. She's never going to speak about it. She's not going to be involved in that whatsoever at all, because Bill Clinton was involved in it himself. So there's no way Hillary's going to be like, let's support our troops. Hell, no way. Not a chance.
Well, I'm not even saying, look, I'm actually of the side where I wish Trump would go further, go true jingoistic, shut down all those damn NATO bases, bring all our boys home. If you want to put them to work, have them help build the wall, because I want the Mexicans building one side, we'll build 100 foot on the other side.
They've
and
already
mine
built
the
their own
shit.
wall on their southern border. They're so
Yeah,
against
exactly.
our border. They're so against our border, but they have one of their own to keep their immigrants from
That was like when the Pope gave his speech about to not build a wall. You just go, have you ever Googled the Vatican?
Yeah.
right?
The
Yeah.
entire thing is surrounded by a wall.
Oh,
Every
But
inch of
that's
it.
why we all scratch our heads every day and go, like you were saying earlier, John, you look around every day and you're just like baffled. Why? Because nothing makes fucking sense.
And that's the part I think that's the worst for me, is because I'll be talking about something and I'll believe I have that intelligent idea. I'm fucking wrong. I'm completely wrong. The people that are screwing it all up, they don't even know what they're doing. And it's like, oh my word, for the heavens. I mean, even if you're going to mess it up, at least have a direction so we can all follow along. I just feel like it's like I wake up every day and there's a whole new definition.
Of something.
Yesterday
Yeah.
was,
I swear I went to sleep. I died. I've died like 8 times, but I swear I've been wound up in a cartoon, man. Because every day I wake up and it's like, it's unbelievable to me. Because when I was a kid, through my younger days, it was nothing like this. It's just totally, the rudeness of people, the lying, make you try to believe it. They lie to you, so either you believe it or you're like.
Well, look at the nobility of the position of the presidency. It's a joke now. It's literally a joke. I don't even know how a politician wants to be a politician when the first moment you go, I'd like to go for office, you're obviously a freaking liar. Obviously you're a liar. You're one of those. I mean, it's known the most important trait of a politician is to be able to look you right smack in the eyes and tell you how this is going to be different. And it's not. It's not. And the American people are being sold every day on the same. That's the part I don't really get. It makes me go crazy when they go, I'm gonna change. You're like, oh my God, what is that? A mandatory statement? I mean,
Yes,
I'm gonna change. Why are we as an American people, the voters, even accepting that phrase? Period. Period. At least Donald had a good phrase. Make America great again. At least he didn't say, it's time for a change. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sick of hearing people say it's time for a change, because every one of them does the same thing. They get off the stage and go, you think they bought it?
Well, and that was always my argument about Cruz, right? So I would have people, everybody who ended up dropping out against Trump would be, oh, Trump's the most corruptible person ever. I'm like, no, wait a minute. The argument is Trump's the corruptor. He admitted that in the first, in the first, debate. He's like, I bought everybody up here on the stage for like $2,500 and more, but I bought every one of these people up here, and nobody said no.
Amen.
But I would constantly hear the argument that, look, everybody else on that stage was a career politician. They all lie for a living, and that's the one time they didn't lie. They didn't say no because he was about to pull out a receipt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you're going to tell me that what he says is all bullshit, but what they say is the truth?
I don't know. It's all. I can't believe the American people are actually standing there listening, just going, oh, okay. So
Wow.
we got it wrong. We got it wrong with Obama. But if we get Hillary, it's going to be right this time. It's like, how many times have you said this time? How many times have you said this time?
They voted for Obama over her. So,
yeah. And there's a twist of fate. There's a twist of fate right there, yeah. That's a hilarious one.
But the funny thing is, John, how do I equate it now? I was explaining to my son the other day, we're coming back from doing some work, and we see their gas companies in town or whatever, and we got these people trying to buy energy and sell it to our town because they're telling us we're going to get cheaper energy if we buy it collectively, right? And I'm like, fuck you. No way are you, the middleman, going to sell me shit cheaper than the company I'm already buying it from. And if that's true, then the company I'm already buying it from needs to give me the discount that you're getting so that way I don't have to pay your fucking bill.
Yep.
I don't have to send your kid to college.
They
Right?
did that.
No.
They did that stuff up here in Maine, and that's one of the first things we were doing was, well, so wait a minute. Let me see if I got this right. The price I'm paying right now, you can sell it to me cheaper after you buy it from the same guy I buy it from now.
Right.
And there, yes, yeah. But when you read the fine print, there's an adjustable. It has
Yeah.
this adjustable thing in there.
Nobody
Okay.
reads the fine print. This is why I told him to go fuck off. I already know how this. This
First
is
2 years, but then you have to sign a 4-year contract.
They get it all back on the tail end and a chunk more.
oh, it gets even better, dude. Because most of those.
With their music, remember? They'd sell you 10 CDs for $1.
Yes, I've been hearing this scam forever, and they're just
Oh, yeah.
scamming again. You know, why do I need a middleman if I'm going to get it cheaper from Ameren? You know,
It's probably they're probably all the same company, BMG Music. I mean, they
Yeah.
scratch out music at Right Energy now. It's
Yeah, well,
Columbia
it's the
House Energy.
it's the same business model, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a power company. There's a Go ahead, Russ.
Real quick, we have a CenturyLink, and they basically sell DirecTV for half the price of DirecTV, but you got to sign the 4-year contract, and only the first 2 years are less than DirecTV, and then it's like double after that.
Yeah, I can't stand. I can't stand it. The one that we have one up here, that a Direct TV company, and I called them because I saw this really ridiculous price, but I was already leery because it just can't be real, and I found out it is actually real, but it's even more dumb than you ever imagine. You can get 22 channels for $20 a month, and it's unlimited. All right, and I'm like, oh wow, I'd like to see what channels they are. Coincidentally, they're all the channels you get for free.
yeah,
So it's like, so I could either A, buy the $20 antenna.
Hold up, wait, John, sorry.
TJ?
What? I haven't seen you in fucking years.
Is that
Hey,
mid?
guys.
Wait, is that like Midwest middle class, TJ?
Yeah.
it is
How you doing,
Midwest
John?
middle class.
How are you, sir?
Gentlemen.
Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, TJ.
You're alive.
How's everybody doing?
Wow.
Brother!
What a pleasure to have you drop in.
Pleasure to
Made
be
my
here.
day. Made my day knowing knowing you're alive there, buddy.
Yeah, what is this? I heard through the grapevine that someone's spreading rumors that I died.
Yeah, dude.
Well, to be honest,
Yeah, you just fell off the face of the earth.
And Bobby started it.
I started
Were we
because-
still live last week when we talked about that?
No, dude, serious.
Oh my gosh, you're talking on the air about it?
I didn't think so.
yeah, you had me convinced.
Nobody was watching, brother. Nobody was.
You had me convinced the Earth was flat because we figured you
I-
fell off.
Everybody that
I
was
hate to
watching
disappoint you
invited
all, but-
into the chat. So.
I'm here.
No, TJ, dude, what happened is I can't remember his name. The guy that used to hang out, the one that redid Russell's rifle, and put the Wildcat barrel on there. What's his name, Russ?
Nobody did anything to my
Talking about
guy.
Irish?
Works on my shit.
You talking
No.
about
Oh, Clint. You're talking
Clint,
about
yeah. Clint said he sent me a private message. He said, "What's going on with TJ?" I sent him a message on Facebook or something like that, and he got back some weird text. And I said, I've been trying to contact him for months and months and months on the end, and he said, "I wonder if he's dead or something." He was sick. And that was it. And all I said, I was telling the guys, I think he's dead or something. I legitimately thought you were
So
dead.
they ever fixed your water system, or what's going on with that down there?
I have no input on the Flint water system. It's,
By the way, it was hard to keep that secret, TJ. You know how bad it was hard? Yeah, everybody's asking about TJ, and I gotta keep my mouth shut because he wants to make this grand entrance.
I didn't want to make a grand entrance. I just said I'll just pop in.
Yeah, right? It was great. It worked.
Oh yeah, man.
And
That's
you,
awesome.
Dude, you got me shaking. I'm so
Well,
glad.
welcome to the land of the living.
I love you, man.
You have such an ominous voice, I swear.
It's the zombie apocalypse. He's back from the dead.
That's right.
Midwest
Well, enough
middle
about
class
me. How are you
prepper.
I take full blame for that one, TJ. That was my fault.
Don't joke about that.
Well, that's all right. Hey, gosh, it's almost a good thing. It's like, wow, people were talking about me.
Dude, you just like
I don't think that ever happened before.
Hey, I've been trying to find out anything about you. I've tried to.
Yeah, for months.
same. You didn't
Sorry.
know the face of the earth. It was just like.
Well, when
No, nothing to be sorry about.
when I became a grandfather, I'll tell you what, that has encompassed so much of my time. That little guy, oh my gosh, I can't get enough of him.
Congratulations.
Who knew?
Yes,
Well,
congratulations.
I know exactly how you feel. That's why I'm not doing much anymore either. Is I got 4, a brand new baby daughter, and
TJ's not dead.
Hey Mel, TJ's alive.
Story at 11. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Kansas, you're gonna have one of the highest rated shows right now.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Because everyone will be saying, "Who's
The
TJ?"
return of TJ.
Oh,
Talkie.
Glenn Beck's gonna have it on. I don't know what was going on, but it seems like TJ's alive.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm
And he's not the patriot that's going to whack Donald Trump.
Here's on George Soros or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I
Well, it's good.
probably couldn't have picked a worse time to fall out of circulation too. I mean, there's been plenty of political crap to talk about, hasn't
Oh,
there?
Jesus Christ. You could just sit down with a small pad and go, do a video on this, do a video on that, do a video on this.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
this is
man.
definitely gonna make people money on YouTube for sure.
Oh, heavens to Betsy.
Now you know my dilemma. I don't have the anger juice anymore though because of the grandchildren, right? So that inherent rage keeps getting sapped every time I see their cute little faces.
Well, I like getting on here because I get to have an opinion on here.
Well, my youngest.
When I'm producing the show, I can't talk about anything. I have to be Mr.
Oh.
Even keel. No opinion.
Oh, see, I was thinking the opposite, John. I was thinking PW, pussy whip.
Oh no.
Go maniac.
Oh no. No, pal.
No, you didn't.
When you click off 5, you never ever say pussy whipped again. All you say is my studio.
Hey, that's it.
No. Oh, one thing happened. TJ disappeared. Russell disappeared. Kansas disappeared, and me and John ended up becoming really good friends.
Wait a minute. You mean these other guys have been off too, and I'm
Yeah.
the one getting kicked in the sack? What's up?
I died 8 times. So.
No, because I still return phone calls and I still chat with Kansas, who chats with everybody. So
That's good though.
Blame me. Yeah, I see how it is.
Yeah, the last thing I knew.
videos. I haven't
Last
done
thing-
a video.
God, Russ, timing is just awful.
I know, right?
Sorry. Anyways, I was gonna say the last thing I knew is TJ, you and I were talking about you had just got your reloader and you really were kind of just getting started, and you were saying, "Hey, send me some 9mm projectiles," and just boom, you were just like a nuclear weapon hit, and you were just on.
Well, I never got any projectiles. I was hurt, I was all butt hurt and stuff, so I just logged off and I just haven't been able
Oh, Bobby! Not only were you the rumor, Bobby, you're the reason. You're the reason.
I take full blame. That's all.
Now,
I was on for a long time after I got my reloader, but
Hey, TJ, you know you're gonna give him a complex now. Be nice.
oh, Bobby knows what I'm playing.
I know.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
That hadn't changed a bit, except that, well, I don't know. Have y'all seen it since John gave me the red dot?
Very nice.
Nice
This is-
spark.
And Bobby, you want to hear something funny? You'll
What's
like
that?
this. You'll appreciate this one. Everyone else will be going, "What the hell's this problem?" After I get rid of the red dot and give you the red dot, guess what my kid bought me?
I know. I know. For the high point.
I didn't have the heart to go. Why would you buy me a red dot? What the hell do I want a red dot for?
Well, when we were at the shoot,
Get rid of mine.
Well, I didn't say anything about that. I mean,
Oh, of
they
course not.
sent me a beautiful red dot, and I was like, oh shit. I had it on a couple times, and I'm doing videos with it, and I'm like, why are you doing videos with this thing that you just? As soon as I'm like smiling, going, hey, look at this, bang, bang, bang. As soon as the camera's off, fucking thing, get this damn thing off of here. What the hell? Who the hell sits out here and shoots targets with a red dot?
well, at two
I do,
things.
thank
One,
you.
Well, like I said, Kansas, my job is to piss people off.
Oh yeah.
at the shoot this weekend or last weekend, I got I finally sighted that in for a dead on 50 yards because I've been hunting with it at 100, and it's actually better on 5.56. I sighted it at 50 yards because at 300 it's dead on as well. Anyways, I finally sighted that in, but I see what you were talking about at like 125 yards plus. The fucking dot is so big, it covers up what you're trying to.
It's nothing. It's worthless. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
it's like-
worthless.
But
I'm sitting there going like this, going, there is no fucking target.
But that's why red dots are useless. I mean, okay, so if you're a combat shooter and you've so trained that you're good with it, whatever, right? But anything over a 2 MOA dot after 100 yards, you're covering, you're
Yeah.
shooting and hoping.
Yep.
You know?
Well, I think they're great for CQB. CQB,
Yeah.
they're fine. They're fine.
And
I will not argue
the
that point
reason-
whatsoever at all. But if
And
you're
the-
like target shooting or, I mean, because when I got the AR, it was just like covered and stuff, and it was cool as hell. And I mean, I had one guy standing out there, and he's scratching his head. He's like 75 years old, and he's out there, spending his 5 hours to shoot his 3 rounds to zero, his 30-06, and talk to everybody. But I'm standing out there. He's like, son, I got to ask you a question. I said, what? He goes, that is a fine piece of machinery, but what the hell is your goddamn problem? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, you could just sit here and take that crap off. He goes, son, that's a flashlight. I'm like, yeah, I know. He goes, what the hell do you have a flashlight on it? It's the middle of the day, boy. You don't need a flashlight. Well, and that just kind of was like sitting in my head going, you know what? I am a moron.
That's it, Russ. Hey, well, two things. One, the reason I wanted it was for hog hunting, and it has worked great for that. Because at night, man, you put that green dot on them and you pull the trigger, they're dead.
But see,
It
that's
is
what I
perfect for
wanted.
that.
I wanted it to not go where it wasn't going to be used. That was one of the things because it was a gift from the guy. So
Right.
I wanted it to be when it went somewhere, someone was going to be able to be happy, excited, and actually have that love for it that I did not possess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, it's been perfect for me. It filled a perfect hole. How many I've killed? I can't tell you how many coyotes I've killed with it and hogs.
Well, gee, Bobby, I'm glad I filled that perfect hole.
There's that voice again.
But also, a real quick, mule. I got to finally shoot my first AK this weekend.
Sweet. How'd you like it?
I loved it. I want to build one. Well, I'm already building one now. That's a whole nother thing. We were already doing it before. But
I
we've been doing
remember.
it from flats.
He's already cheating on his AR.
Oh, I'm actually waiting. But it was TR Prepper. If you TR Prepper put a video up of me shooting it, and you'll see.
Oh, I'll have to.
I was
you
hitting 150.
that Armageddon or whatever.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
hitting 100-yard target with it, no problem. I had
Yeah,
to ask,
and-
like I didn't know how to work the thing or anything. I mean, I understand pull the trigger and it goes bang, but I was like, dude, I've never shot one, never. So TR's
That's
like,
pretty much it.
That's it.
Charge it like an AR.
That's the beauty of it.
TR showing
Make sure it's pointing the right way, though.
right, but. That folding stock, it must be something you got to get used to. And I had a beard and mustache at the time, and it was getting all tangled up in it. It hurt.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Fuzzy Wuzzy's off your face.
Yeah.
I have, well, on all my AKs, they're folders, and
Yeah.
I got a little bit of a beard,
Yeah, I don't know how you
A
do
little
it.
bit. Little 5 o'clock shadow going on there.
a little bit. I don't have a problem, but it is just the way you shoot and getting used to it. And I like the AK for caveman simplicity.
Right.
You know?
No, dude, I fully see what you were talking about now. I mean, like I said, we're building one. I'm just waiting on my barrel actually to come in.
So
And
Bobby,
I run
have news
everything.
for you.
I run a red dot on my CQB gun, right? My PAP, that's short barreled, mainly for up to 100 yards, right? And I run a red dot on that. But it's zeroed on my sights, and I can co-witness because I don't trust them things anyway.
The same.
And
Thing.
if-
That's what I like about that one.
I have a scope on one that can come off if need to, but that's better for anything beyond 100 because I'm old and blind. And then I have my underfolder that I keep right next to my desk. That's just iron sights that I modded myself. And all three of them just go bang every time, and they're all the same system. It's like, I understand why some people have 5 ARs now having so many AKs, because once you learn that muscle memory, why are you going to confuse it with other shit?
That's the thing. I was trained on that, so I know that rifle. You know.
Yeah, I understand it. Now, I'm not an AR fan, but I get why people just stick with the one they know and love, because it is that muscle memory thing, you know?
But I honestly, just from all the videos I was able to take the AK, I had a hard time loading it, and he showed me how to load it. And I had to literally ask him, how do the sights work? But after that, I mean, you'll see
Really?
watch the
Because
video.
it's not, I mean, to me, I remember the first time I picked up an AK, it just reminded me of the Marlin I had as a kid with the irons. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not much of a difference. You know, the front sight's way up there on the fucking barrel.
It was just weird
right?
because it was in that little tunnel, and I was having a hard time.
Mhm.
I was trying to use the top of the tunnel, which I'm legally blind in my right eye, and I still shoot right-handed.
Hey, Mom, you want to get my gun? Please.
So Bobby, I have some news for you.
What's that?
Can I see that pretty? Can I see that pretty zombie gun again, there, buddy?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask too. We were.
Yeah,
I was watching that while I was running my gums.
this is my baby.
Preferably without the motion this time.
Right.
Right. All that rapid jerking motion is a little distressing.
That's
Of course,
cool.
the rail covers are aluminum, so shimmer in the light, which is kind of pretty.
Oh, that's
Still looks pretty.
Got my zombie EOTech on it. Of course, it's a milled receiver. Or billet. Sorry, it's billet.
Yeah.
Look at that magazine.
We know you built it.
Yeah. And the
Yeah,
Rebels.
see, like Russell's rifle, it's a beautiful rifle, but there's too much stuff on that gun for me. It just doesn't.
the
I'm not-
only thing on it, technically, is the red dot. I don't have
Now
iron.
that you got that thingy that releases the bolt, and my buddy's got that, and Rob had that, and I kept hitting that damn thing, and I was having locking.
Mine is prettier. I don't care what.
It is a beautiful rifle. I only got to shoot it once and I broke it, so I'm not allowed to touch it anymore.
I thought I was the one that broke it.
I'll see that.
No, it worked great for you.
Screw all y'all. Kansas got the best looking rifle. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, that one's pretty slick.
Yeah, it is. Beautiful to see still, too, man. That thing I love.
Let
Only AR I actually like.
You gotta go down to Kansas sometime, you'll shoot that thing.
Right?
Smooth.
I still remember when he hit the cake and boom, boom. Yeah, I told you. Or
My
something
son
like
there
that.
told us that it was going to be like, what, 10, 15 shots?
Yeah, it was on your second.
Man, with all the walking you've been doing, Kansas, pretty soon you're going to be able to walk on down to the range.
Yeah.
Gosh, all those rounds we put through Kansas's gun, though, Russ, man. What, it's 5,000, 6,000? I can't believe there was anything left for you to give him.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Kansas. We never shot it.
I did. I took it out to the range. I didn't pick it out actually, because I wasn't going to give him a rifle without making sure it wasn't going to blow up in his.
That would have been pretty foolish.
Yeah.
I still think it was funny when Russ
Would have
was
made good
building-
video, though.
Yeah.
I still think it was funny when Russ was building Kansas's rifle, and Kansas didn't know it, and Kansas was like, shit, another damn AR? He was giving him shit about it.
I was totally ripping on his Kansas and Friends because I was like Stinger and Friends. I was asking everybody for parts but him.
Yep. That was cool.
Highlight of my YouTube life, brother.
So, how old is your grandson now, TJ?
2 years old.
Man, isn't that fun?
And let me just say, Papa is kind of a big deal.
Way to go, TJ. Way to go.
I am clearly his favorite. Actually, I think my John Deere tractor is his favorite, to be honest.
But only Papa can drive the John Deere, so.
Yeah, he is my buddy. Oh my gosh, I would have never guessed. You know, you always hear proud grandparents, you know, oh, they're so wonderful, blah, 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 and you can, when they're not, you can just send them back and all this, you know, blah, blah. It's true!
Yes, it is!
All of it is true!
My sisters, both of them were pregnant together. They just recently had their babies right before Christmas. Well, one was born 2 days after, but they had their babies 2 weeks apart. And then one of those sisters, she already had a baby a year before that. My mom went from no grandkids, well, 2 grandkids, but they were adults, or teens, I should say, to 3 babies just overnight. It was like, boom! It was pretty cool.
Time to buy presents.
Oh, that's the only
yeah.
time it hurts is Christmas time, you know. But it doesn't hurt. It hurts good.
Yeah, but I've been enjoying keeping. I follow Mule on Facebook, and I see the pictures and stuff. And when the baby was sleeping on your chest, that is one of the best sleeps you can ever get.
Oh yeah, and there's pictures. My wife wants to do some montage thing about it because there's ones from every kid we had and every grandkid. Everybody slept there, and
That's really
Papa's everybody's favorite until they hit about 5.
If I ever go back to Illinois, I want to get that picture taken.
Aww, Russell all snuggled up. I'll wear my AK shirt. You wear your AR shirt you're wearing now.
Right?
I noticed. And we'll get all snuggly.
So,
I'll be jello.
So Bobby, there'll be a video popping up in the next couple days. We took her out for the first run the other day.
nice. Everything go good?
He actually did not shoot that AR. He had that thing sitting there for a month and a half. I'm like, so how was it?
How did he do that? I could have
He
done
goes, I didn't shoot it. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't shoot it? Oh no. We're gonna film the first shots for everybody. So he went out there, and it was funny. Because on the way, we're driving there on the way there, and my son's there with him. And they're like, I'm not gonna shoot it. You shoot it. I'm not gonna shoot it.
Fuck that. I'd shoot it and then film it and say that was the first time I shot it. And after, competition. Come on.
But we got down there.
Right back.
I mean, Bobby, first one out, screaming.
Nice.
And then not one failure to feed, nothing. She just cycled beautiful. It was absolutely fantastic.
That's awesome.
And then everybody took a turn.
Yeah, it's like the cheap ore.
Well, no, that was the seven. That was the Patriot, the 7.16 Patriot. We burnt up all the ammo on that.
We shot a lot of guns this weekend. Had a lot of fun. Of course, Rob's got some really good friends that got some really awesome toys. But honestly, I really had the most fun personally shooting the Saiga or whatever the hell you call it, the semi-automatic 12 gauge with the fucking 25 round mag in there. Shoot a buckshot and trying to shoot down. I was shooting skeet. I was out there.
I seriously want to go duck hunting with mine.
Dude, oh yeah, you would get put under the prison. Not just.
Well, there's my Lemmy.
Russ, you missed it though, dude. I mean, he don't have a bump fire, but I was out there freaking. They got 3 throwers, so there's 3 places the skeet come out, or 2, sorry. But they're electric, so as fast as you push the button. Anyways, there's fucking skeet coming out as fast as they can push the button, and I'm going. The guys were laughing so hard they couldn't push the button. They were. This is double aught buck, by the way. I don't think I hit one, but it was fun.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun as hell.
In my new Sky, I wore that bitch out. I shot 230 rounds out of it.
It's sad. My Ciega is the best firearm I got that's running right now. My AK, I need to get a different rail for because that Troy rail is pissing me off.
Yeah.
Power is down since the trip to Chicago. So. Thanks, TJ.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, were you blaming me for that?
You were blaming yourself for that, so I figured I'd join in.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, TJ, I thought seriously, like, because he sent that message and he's like, do you know where TJ's at? His wife sent some cryptic message back or something, he says in a private message, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I tried to get a hold of TJ, and I was like, me too, and he just fell off the face of the earth.
What was the cryptic message? Bobby, you got a shovel?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what probably happened is my grandson answered his text.
I don't know.
Papa under the house.
Oh shit, TJ's dead.
Yeah.
That sounds like a conspiracy theory we could all get behind.
There you go.
Well, Jed, I was about to put on there your obituary on YouTube. Here's the okay.
Well, now
Right.
I've been out of the loop for a while. Speaking of missing in action or anything, has anyone ever heard anything from or about 357 Hammer?
No,
No, not a word.
not a word. I've sent letters to his house, and there is no answer.
Not a word.
That's too bad. He was a nice old guy.
Yeah.
And I know that he had that stroke, and so that's...
Yeah, he was. There was a chance whenever he was coming down that he might have another, so they didn't go ahead and come that year. I think he may have had a stroke again.
Well, I don't think we ever heard anything from him after that, did we?
Nope.
I mean,
No,
really?
not after the trip, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because after the trip, you got sick for a little bit. Well, that was the start of your time of having some issues, bad, and you got sick, and that's where the dragon started, because you weren't doing it anymore. So tried to get some of the old friends back together, and that grew into its own fucked up, crazy thing. That's whatever. But
Oh, that reminds me, Mule. You and I have to talk. We won't do it here right now, but you and I have to talk about that. I have some stuff I want to relay to you.
okay, whatever. Anyway, so like TJ said, look, we're retired. Okay, I got the grandkids. There's happiness in my life, and guess what? Yelling at people on the internet, not so much happiness all the time. Coming in and talking to you guys, my friends, right, about political stuff that we still all care about. That's kind of awesome. Doing anything on my own with the rage that I used to have built up as much, it's still there, but it's bled off on a daily by one of the grandkids just Skyping me. You know what I mean?
You don't have to have rage. There are other things.
I mean, the thing is, I get rage because I think of those kids. If I had grandkids, well, I do got a grandkid, I just haven't seen it yet. It makes me mad that they're not going to have a good life because of these stupid globalists, and I'm just not happy about it.
Well, as long as I make sure that every memory they have of Papa is hopefully positive
There
as much
you
as
go.
possible, then
Yeah.
I can give a fuck about what happens after I die, because I've already made it to 50 and I never expected that. I'm like 20 years over the due date, so everything's gravy. I finally very zened it and said fuck them all. That's why I can laugh at Trump winning, because it probably is the best thing for the country, because it might just happen to avoid or bring about a civil war. Either way, I don't care. I'm going to keep my grandkids safe and be happy as much as I possibly can. So,
You know,
I think I think that's the key, though, TJ. When I think about it, is with your grandkids, you actually see the whole circle going around. You know, you were a kid, then you had kids, and now your kids are having kids, and it's like, wow, I get to imprint on this little human being all the best parts, and then hand the disciplinary parts, the bad parts, the parts that need to be done, over to the parents. You know what I mean?
Right.
After he finishes the 2-liter of Coke.
That depends upon how your kids were when they grew up, because how much do you want to get back at them? You know.
Lately that's been one of my biggest. Oh, I don't know if you want to call it a dream, but one of my biggest concerns. I hope that I am around long enough to leave a lasting impression on that young man. You know what I'm saying? I hope that that I am around long enough for him to remember me, because my wife's father was so close to his grandson, his last grandson, very much like my grandson and I are. And gosh, I'm thinking he was like 4 or 5 when Dad died, and he has very little memories of him, and that's sad. I don't want to go out like that.
My dad was my daughter. Her biggest memories of being younger than 8 years old is Grandpa who took her out to drive a truck. He took her out to have fun. That taught her to do right and wrong, and that's some of her biggest memories.
Well, those are the ones that get locked in, right? Because anything before 6, 7 starts getting overwritten. Think of it as a computer person, right? Those files eventually get overwritten as the person gets older. Some are not as locked in as possible, right? And I mean, a lot of them are deep. That's why people go to therapy, and they got to be touchy-feely and all the crap that's turned America horrible. But, instead of just getting over the damage of your youth and getting beyond it like, all our generations before did.
Yeah. I want to affect the ROM, not so much the RAM.
Right, exactly. Yeah, well, no, but you got to stick around for that, right? Unless you're doing it in a traumatic way, you got to be there to be able to be in that long-term memory.
Right.
And those simple, I mean, it's strange, but the simple things like being the first person he went fishing with.
Yes.
My boys have always, when they got to be of age, I always stopped, and they got to go through my tools, and they got to put together their own little toolbox.
Right.
When they left, and they always know that my dad, when I moved out, my dad gave me these tools. These were from his tools right here, and they all get to pick one knife.
Very cool.
Yeah, Kian, before he left for Japan, he turned 18. He got to pick his knife. Of course, he took my M16. That was wonderful. My CRKT.
Right.
He had good taste, But yeah, I always make sure those little, it's those simple things, because having that knife, that's, my dad gave me that.
Yeah.
And that's one of those, and he carries it with him. He's got it every day. He's got it with him, and you can see it. It's like you get that little smile. That was a good imprint.
Yes, I agree, and I want to be able to take him camping and stuff like that, because my girls, they're in their 20s, and they'll still, hey, you remember when first time we went camping? They'll talk about something that I can't even believe they remember. But like you said, it's the simple things, and mostly it's time.
Yep.
It's spending time with them, and that's the huge advantage of being a grandfather, a grandparent, is I have the time to spend with him. And I look back and I really feel guilty, because I feel like I cheated my daughters so much. I was so busy. I was young. I was very selfish with my time, and I had to raise a family, and I had to I don't know, acquire what you acquire, and my younger days stupidity and whatnot. But now I can devote, when when my little man is here, he is the center of my universe. You know what I mean? And I spend all my time with him and on him.
Oh yeah, but your kids, it's actually nothing more than a switching of positions. Because when you were raising your kids, Grandpa was doing this, and now all that's happened is tag. That's it. Now you're in there. So if you want to know who's doing the things Daddy used to do for you, well, it's you. Now you're doing them for this little man.
Right.
And I'm playing this role. Okay. And when this little man has his kid, then you get your turn. So till then,
I think most people that are watching us are us. So I'm going to say that we turn it off live, and we'll just sit here and BS between us.
well, they don't know what they missed out on. So
Hey, TJ, Christian just texted me.
Do we all agree?
Hey, I told him that we were online.
Yeah, we're good.
And Christian just texted me, and he just said, "Hey, by the way, has anyone heard from TJ? I'm worried."
Aw.
That's awesome.
Eagles,
well,
my
heck, yeah,
boy.
you're getting the band back together. You know, got to get Eagle in here and Glocker Bob.
Eagles, he's work. That's why he can't join us.
I know he's at work. Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm sorry. See?
No. I see his pictures. I'm one of his Facebook buddies too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've only seen him one time this year.
I just got a message. Oh man, I'm still at work.
Yeah. I've only seen him one time this year. It's 2015 has been a real shit year for me, and then the beginning of this year has been rough. But I got that new medicine. I guess it's been 8 days I've been taking it, and it's one of those kind of you take it and then see if it helps kind of thing, and it's definitely made a difference. So
good. That's
I got
good.
7 more days of it, and then June the 1st, my birthday, will be the last day I got to take it, and then the doctor said it could be like 2 weeks or more before you really start seeing the full effects, but it's already making a difference in my life.
That's great.
That's why I had
That's
that
awesome.
surgery. That's why they cut all my facial hair off, John.
Oh, I figured it was just Mel going, that's it. Either the rat leaves or I do.
No, she actually liked it. She actually liked it. So did you guys see that I got those free solar panels today?
I saw you had a video up. I hadn't looked at it yet. I saw a bunch of solar panels on it, and you said being kind pays off or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, but I saw Kansas when I finally sat down today and went straight to Kansas. Sorry, Bobby, but
No, it's all good. It's really cool when something nice
I
happens.
was thinking you wasn't going to have. I thought you weren't going to have the videotapes. I saw 3 little 2-second videos up there, Kansas. I didn't know what they were. I was like, uh-oh, he's having trouble.
Yeah, I same thing. I was thinking, oh shit, it's not gonna work.
Back off, and so I've been having trouble with my internet, so I thought, oh no, here we go. And finally, it just began to work. So I was like, yeah, I'm on.
well,
No, but oh, sorry. Go ahead, Neil.
well, I was just gonna say I just sat down when it came and turned on the computer, and all of a sudden I see in my Gmail Kansas. I'm like, oh, and 5 things telling me about the startups that they were talking about. But yeah,
I never got. For some reason, I don't get the invite unless I'm sitting here, unless I have that little window open.
You have to tell it. You have to tell it you want the invite.
Yeah.
well, it's weird. Some of the ones that I get are dead. Like anything I get from Eric C, I can't join.
Yeah, they
Stuff
don't
I
work?
can't Kansas, they don't work unless he sends me one if I'm on.
That's
But if-
how it works for me.
Huh, that's
Yeah.
weird.
It is
Well,
weird because other
I
people.
do know if you set up. I had to Google Plus. I cannot use the regular Google Plus stuff. I can't do it. I have to do it through my Gmail, or I will not get any of that. And it has something to do with back when if you had an account before and then you changed it, it messed everything up on Google Plus.
They screwed it up so bad.
You go to upload, then you create a event. You go to, and it says event or something in the event. It's like I believe, and so it's either that or the event. You go to event, and then you click on create and create event, and then you create it, and then you hit go live.
Well, no,
Holy
it's just
moly.
weird. Sometimes the links don't work that get kicked out, or the invites, right? So the invite link doesn't work for me when I get it from certain people. From other people, it's fine. Like I get them from John, right, for after Lock and Loaded, and they work fine. But if I get it from Eric C., it doesn't work at all. But if I get it from Eric B. or John, then they work fine.
That's probably. You also have to have people. They have all this bullshit about, are you in a circle? Are you not? It's like, oh my god.
You
Yeah, I don't-
remember when it was new and everything worked?
Yeah, it was shiny.
Isn't that
It
awesome?
was shiny. And now the guys want to take and add. They want to add like the gamers are doing, where we are live, simulcasting. At the same time, we have green screens behind us, so you can see behind us the rest of the crew, and they're talking. I'm like, oh my god, I got to learn this shit. Are you kidding me?
We
You know,
Simple works.
all this,
Simple works.
all this is just too much for
I'm
this.
an AK guy, TJ. Simple works.
Well, that's why I always liked Blog Talk. It was just simple. That was it. It's a panel. We're all talking. Wear your PJs. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. That's what Kansas Friends are about. Just come here and talk.
my circle little thing when I get an invite still shows Russell's old Poison Stinger face.
Well, that means that's a prime example. It's not set up in the new format, so you have to go back through and set all that stuff up again, or just do your Gmail thing.
TJ, what happened to Midwest middle class?
Well, you know, they make you, but I don't know if that's changed yet or not, but they made you choose.
Yep, that's
When I went to set up my Google Plus after they freaking split it, they wouldn't accept Midwest middle class.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted a freaking name or some, I don't remember what the shit was, but it was a cluster. And so I ended up having to go with a different screen name. But oddly enough, they allowed me to use that same Gmail address. You know, it's under Midwest Middle Class at Gmail. And why you can't fuse the two, it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I mean,
it's all changed now, though.
The way I got around it was renaming myself Mule Team 66, spelled
Well, if
out.
you didn't know, you're talking to Russell Stinger. No.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah, I was on the actual night.
tricks.
The actual night it happened. It happened at like 3 in the morning. I was actually on that night, and all of a sudden, I was getting ready to upload, and it popped up this screen, and it was telling me that the new Google system is on, and since I had my real name as a Gmail account, but then I had John Solar 283 as a YouTube, what it did was it opened up another YouTube account with my real name on it, and then it opened up a Gmail with John Solar, and I was like, no, I don't want that one. I said, do you wish to get rid of this one? And I said, yes, absolutely. So I hit yes to get rid of it, and then it all went back to normal again. And 24 hours later, I got a email notifying me they've taken all my AdSense, they've taken my my John Solar 283, they've taken all my videos, they've taken everything. That's it. You are closed. Have a lovely day. It cannot be undone. And I was like, I had to start the entire channel over from scratch.
Yeah. What I did with
messing with my channel though, when I saw that, I was like, oh fuck no, I'm backing out of this. I'm not touching it. I'm just not touching it. And that's part of the reason why I'm not really active that much. I mean, they've kind of fixed it now. My YouTube account's fine and all that, but whenever that comes up, I'm scared as all hell. I get paid. I don't get paid a lot, but I still get some money every once in a while from Google. So fuck that. I'm not giving that up.
I had to run mine. Now, since that Gmail account was my AdSense account, all right, when I went and I redid this, everything got it all done, and I went back, I could never open up another monetized account. They wouldn't let me. So what I had to do was I had to have somebody else come in, take manager role, and then go ahead and put it in through theirs. I was like, I cannot even freaking believe that. It takes me a year to get $1 anyway, so, but you
When
know.
they did all that, John, for me, I just kept letting them make a new account for me, and then backing out of it later because they would give you like try this for a week, right? And you try it for an hour, right? And then you go, no, I don't like it. So then they built you another channel. That's how I ended up with like 10 fucking troll channels or whatever,
I got
because
I had it tied in on my Facebook. The only reason I got to keep this, everything was all tied together when they got it, and so they couldn't take anything apart without Facebook falling apart.
But the thing is, being they're all linked to my original Gmail account, right? So I can run AdSense through any channel I have if I want to, and it'll all feed into the same account because it's all fed through. They're all built off my original Gmail account.
Well,
So
I
what?
turned it off. I've been sitting here telling you I turned it off, and I didn't turn it off.
No, we're still live, brother.
I don't know if my account was older and that's because of why, but my account's still exactly the same. Nothing ever changed.
But you didn't have a name that they algorithmed it. They didn't actually sit down and pick everybody's name. But the algorithm that picked up me, here is this guy, John, over here, and here's John Soul over here, 2 different names. Okay, that doesn't work. So they automatically, they whenever you had a Gmail, they gave you a YouTube. And if you had a YouTube, you got a Gmail. And since there were different names, they opened them up. I would have been fine if I hadn't been like, Mr. Attitude, no, I don't want that fucking thing. What the hell's your problem?
Exactly.
So I'm like Mr. Attitude going, no, I don't want that. Bullshit. It's like, do you want to get rid of it? I'm like, hell yeah. So I hit the button. They just don't go, hey, by the way, you're going to lose everything in 24 hours. So you might want to think about it. They don't say that.
Nope.
Right.
You hit the button, and after 24 hours, they go, hey, jackass. Surprise.
Surprise! Hey, Russ.
Let
Show
me
us
give
the
you a
little
pissed.
string. The little wire. The little wire you've been posting.
Oh, I got wire right here.
And you're gonna wrap
look
that
at
one.
No, this is wrapped. You just can't see it. You want to see a close-up shot of it?
Yeah.
Well, no, I know. The only time I see the pictures on the Facebook when you show
That's
them
where I
wrap
was
one
seeing
on
them.
the machine. Where you already twisted them up in the machine, in the coil.
But oh, yeah, drill.
No, he's saying on the unit itself.
Yeah, those you were showing us. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's the alien build. It's a very, very hard build. I just got smaller wire to do it, too. On the device itself, this is what it looks like. It's kind of...
In the UK, they've actually started screwing with that now, apparently.
They're trying to do it here, according to Russ.
Yeah, they are.
The laws that are coming down are horrendous.
All right, hold it for a second. That's so cool looking.
Well, they're gonna treat it like smoking, and they're gonna sin tax everything involved in it.
Yeah, not just the juice, not just the mods, but the battery now that we got from cameras and flashlights, now a tobacco product, and it will be taxed like tobacco. Not only that, but everything's got to get FDA approval, right? So you've got to spend $1 million per product, per flavor of juice, per nicotine milligrams. It's at least $1 million for everything. That's for your mod, for each batteries that you sell, juices, all that. It's at least $1 million, and it's a 90-day waiting period, and they might not approve it. In fact, they probably won't, because you've got to prove how this is not going to affect kids and not make kids want to smoke or vape. And how do you prove that it's not attractive to kids? There ain't no way.
Wow.
Well, I don't think it's any mystery that the tobacco companies, the multi-gazillion dollar industry, is owned and operated by people in high government places. I mean, why else would something that's killing so many kids, have approval and everything, and so now you're dipping into their pockets, so they're going to get their nickel one way or another.
Don't forget, they also turned around and got with the pharmaceutical companies. Those big businesses of tobacco got with the pharmaceutical companies. So if you want to get off the tobacco, you're still going to go there. Those guys are also making sure they're involved.
How many people actually quit using gum or the patch? Hardly any.
I did. It's been over a year.
You don't dip?
I don't dip. I quit. I called that 800 number, got the gum, and I used the gum and used the patches for a week.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot more people.
No, Kansas, I don't have any.
I tried patches, didn't work. This actually got me off cigarettes. I haven't. I never even had one single cigarette since I got this.
That's the only thing I've seen work is the vape.
Yeah.
Actually, for dipping, the gum worked great for me because it tells you that's what you do. You chew it up and put it in your mouth.
Here's the
understand.
thing, though. The FDA wants to come down on these juices because kids might like the flavors. Kids might like gummy or watermelon. Okay, but what flavors can you get the gum in? They have all sorts of yummy flavors for that gum, too. It's a big-ass double standard.
Oh, it's the same thing like solar.
If the FDA actually gets away with this, the only thing available for vaping is going to be the e-cigarettes from the big tobacco companies, because they're the only ones that can afford to stay in business to pay the FDA regulation.
Well, no, there'll be ways around it as long as you've got the machines. Like you know how to work with your machines. You'll be because the baselines, the vegetable the vegetable glycerins and these things are available in other. They're used in baking. They're used in other things where you can get them. Hey, buddy bear.
Get the
Yeah, all they're going to do is build another black market.
Yeah, it's going to be a black market, but get this. I don't need the nicotine, but I still have it because I think it makes it better. But you're not going to be able to get the nicotine anymore. So anybody who hasn't already gotten onto cigarettes
Push the blue button.
anybody who's looking to quit but hasn't picked up an e-cig yet, they're screwed. They're not going to be able to have the opportunity to quit like a lot of us have.
All right.
Oh, there'll always be a black market.
So cool off.
Yeah, and you know they use nicotine in other things, right? So nicotine is also actually a common plant because it's a natural poison against bugs. They use nicotine for a lot of things.